Good evening, everybody. This is Rabbi Karen for our Tuesday Maariv service. Welcome. I'm glad you can join us. We're here on Facebook. We're here on YouTube. We're here on simshalom.com. So I'm glad you could join us. You could write to us on Restream, on Facebook or YouTube. We're here on Zoom with Toby, Ellen, and Yosef from the Philippines, or in the Philippines. And Albert is on Facebook. So welcome to everybody. I'm so glad you can join us this evening. And we're going to begin our Maariv service. And Barbara's here from Texas. So welcome, Barbara, also. All righty. Let's find our share screen. Maariv. And hey, I figured out the technology. All right, our Maariv service. Hine matovu manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matovu manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov shevet achim gam yachad. How good it is now pleasant when we dwell together in unity. And now our call to praise. Baruch hu et Adonai hamavorach. Baruch Adonai hamvorach le'olam va'ed. Praise Adonai, to whom our praise is due forever. Praise be Adonai, to whom praise is due, now and forever. And now we think about Adonai's blessing, miracle that he presented to us, the separating of light from dark and dark from light. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidbaro ma'ariv aravim, bechokma poteach sharim, uvitvuna meshane itim, umachalif et hazmanim, umsader hekochavim b'mishmoroteiim, barakia kirtzono. With wisdom you open gateways, with understanding you alter times. Vary the seasons and assign the stars to their watches in the sky. Creator of day and night, who rolls light away from darkness and darkness from light. You cause day to pass and bring about night, distinguishing between day and night. Source of all forces is your name. O living and ever-enduring God, reign over us forever and ever. Blessed are you, Eternal One, who brings on twilight. Everlasting love, you're all for your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night, we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. And now the prayer that states who we are. In this prayer, we don't ask for anything. In this prayer, we announce our creed, the Shema. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Blessed be the name of his glorious kingdom forever and ever. V'ahavta, and you shall love. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol meodecha. V'hayu hadvarim ha'eleh asher anochi mitzavcha hayom al levavecha. V'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam. V'shivtecha b'veitecha uvleftecha v'aderech u'shofbecha v'kumecha. U'shartam le'ot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot bein einecha Uvtavtam al mezuzot beitecha v'sharecha. Lema'an tizkaru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai, v'hitem kedoshim lelohehem. Ani Adonai Elohechem. Asher chotzeti ethem me'eretz Mitzrayim, liot lahem Elohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem. I am the Lord your God, who took you out of the land of Egypt. I am the Lord your God. Okay, let's see who's with us. We have added to our Zoom, Sue, Marvin, and Sephora. Welcome, everybody. And my friend Dee is on. So we have Albert, Barbara, and Phyllis Ann on our restream. So welcome, everybody. I'm so glad you could join us this evening. Sue, I'm going to mute you. I tried. Okay. And we're good. Not that I don't want to hear your wonderful voice, but we'll do that after services. Okay, let's go back to sharing. And as the women went through the parting of the Red Sea, Adonai's other miracle, they sang, Mi chamocha ba'alim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, no ra tehilo tosef eleh. Who is like you, O God, amongst the gods that are worshipped? Who is like you, majestic in holiness, awesome in splendor, working wonders? Your children witnessed your sovereignty, the sea splitting before Moses and Miriam. This is our God, they cried, Adonai will reign forever and ever. Thus it is said, Adonai redeemed Jacob from a hand stronger than his own. Praise to you, Adonai, for redeeming Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, Ga'al Yisrael. Eternal One, our God, cause us to lie down in peace, raise us up to life, our sovereign. Spread us over your shelter of peace, guide us with your good counsel, save us for your name's sake. Shield us and remove us from our path, all hostility, disease, really especially disease, war, famine, and sorrow. Shelter us in the shadow of your wings. For you are a protecting and saving power, truly a sovereign power. Gracious and compassionate are you, Adonai, God, our going and our coming in life, and in peace now and for all eternity. Spread us over your shelter of peace. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom aleinu v'al kol amo Yisrael, v'al Yerushalayim. Blessed are you, Eternal One, who spreads your shelter of peace over us, over all your people Israel, and over Jerusalem. Yitgada v'yitgada shemei Rabba, b'yamad yivrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayehon uvyo omechon uvchayedecho beit Yisrael, ba'agala ba'agala uvizman kariv b'yimeru amen. Yehesh mei Rabba mevorach, Li'olam li'al maya yitbarach, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yipar v'yiroman v'yinaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei d'kudusha v'richu le'lam b'chol b'chata v'shirata tush b'chata v'nechemata damiram b'yalma V'yimeru, amen. And now, the prayer, the standing prayer. Please stand, unless your body will not allow it, where we remind Adonai that our mishpocha, our ancestors, were given promises, and we're hoping that Adonai will remember the promises and keep them for us. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah. Ha'el Hagadol Hagibur v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim v'Konei HaKol, v'Zocher Chazdei Avot v'Imaot, U'Mevi Gula Livnei V'neihem, L'man Shmo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer Moshiach U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Ve'ezrat Sarah. And let's remember, Gevurah means strength. Adonai is the only strength we're going to need. Adonai is our superpower. Ata gibor li'olam Adonai, Mechayeh hakol ata Rav laHoshia. Mechakeh chaim bechesed, Mechayeh hakol berachamim rabim. Somech noflim berofei cholim, Umatir asurim, Umkayem emunato. Lishenei afar, micha mocha bal givuro, umido melech, melech memit, umchayim, umatzmiach Yeshua, v'neman ata lahayot hakol, baruch ata Adonai, mechayei hakol. Stop our share. Go back to Restream. Yosef, are you in the new rabbinic class? You're on mute.
I will be in the October 1 or September 1. God bless. Hopefully. Baruch Hashem.
Very nice. Very good. Well, welcome to the team. I know they just started a new class this week. Because my friend
They did.
Yeah. I've got a friend in the class. I'm sorry?
I just didn't have time to get started in time. So I'm living on a military pension.
Rabbi Steve always has a class. In fact, I think this Monday is the 6th-year anniversary of my ordination. So,
Brother Shum, congratulations, most of the time.
Thank you.
Mazel tov.
Thank you. Thank you. And if Rabbi Jeffrey is around, we got an anniversary coming up, Rabbi. My class was the smallest. We were only 4 of us. So our expression was, we may be small, but we're mighty. Okay, let's go with our Torah portion for this week. Vayechi. We started out by talking about Miriam and the parting of the Red Sea. Well, at this point, Joseph is in Egypt. The brothers are in Egypt. Jacob is in Egypt. And they've all been blessed by living in the land of Goshen, the very, very wealthy, healthy land. And they all prospered well. Jacob is nearing his deathbed. And he blessed the 2 boys of Joseph, Abraham and Manasseh. And he blessed them further as if he was blessing, as if when he blessed his own sons, saying that all of Israel will bless each other by saying, may Adonai make you like Abraham and Manasseh. Now remember, these are his grandsons. These are not his sons. But all of Israel will bless each other by using the names of his grandsons. He gave them equal status to his own sons. So on Shabbat, even today, people bless their children by saying, may Adonai make you like Ephraim and Manasseh. So why do we say that? 2023. I remember the year. Why do we say, I know people who bless their children, not just the sons, depending on if you're Orthodox or not, but why would you say, may you be like Ephraim and Manasseh? Why not Reuben, Levi, Joseph, Benjamin?
For me, being a Jew here in the Philippines, really hits. I'm more surrounded by a Christian Muslim community, and God bless them, and they're wonderful people. But it's hard to maintain your identity when you're in that environment. So Joseph stayed loyal to Hashem, and he passed those traditions on to his sons in a land where you're constantly surrounded by anything but being a Jew. So for me, I say to my family, my children, remind them that when everything's against you, don't bend maintain who you are. My father used to tell me, if you're clay, the world can mold you. Better to be a rock than clay.
How interesting. Okay. Anyone else have a thought? In most of my readings, Yosef, that's what they said. Another interpretation which goes along the same way. These were the first two born in the diaspora. The first two born in the diaspora. They were not born in the land of wherever they all came from, Canaan, or, there was no official name at the time. And so these were the two that were born. So may we be like them. May we continue to keep that faith, even when we are surrounded by others who don't. Now, Jacob blesses his sons, assigning to each his role in the tribe, as a tribe. Judah will produce leaders, legislators, and kings. Priests will come from Levi. Scholars from Issachar, seafarers from Zebulun, school teachers from Simeon, soldiers from Gad, judges from Dan, olive growers from Asher, and so on. Reuben is rebuked for confusing his father's marriage bed. Simon and Levi for the massacre of Shechem and the plot against Joseph. Naphtali is granted the swiftness of a deer, Benjamin the ferociousness of a wolf, and Joseph is blessed with beauty and fertility. So this is what Jacob, Yaakov, Israel gives to each their sons. So again, as we said it a few weeks ago, so what happened to free will? Not only for the sons, but their families down generations. Is it predetermined? Or is there free will? We touched on this a few weeks ago.
I think it's also how they interpret. I gave you, you're going to be swift as a deer. How do you implement that? If you're going to be leaders, how do you implement that? It depending on how you implement.
Okay.
You were
interpretation and implementation. Okay. Any other thoughts?
I think it's not removing of free will. I think it was given to them what is best for them in their capabilities.
Mm-hmm.
You understood where they would succeed most at and where they would be better at. You don't make a rocket scientist out of someone that doesn't know how to do math. You don't make a doctor out of someone that doesn't have any hands to do surgery with.
Okay, but if I say you're not going to be a surgeon, does that mean that your future generations won't be either? Because they came from you?
No, you are correct. But free will still requires action. And it requires action on the person that's executing. I mean, to have free will doesn't mean it's not a statement. Free will is an action. It's a response to something. You have to act to execute your free will.
Okay, that's a good interpretation. Anyone else? I see Sue is nodding.
No, it would mean, I mean, you might come from a family of doctors, but if you don't do the work to become a doctor, you're not going to be a doctor. Yeah.
Okay, so this, you're saying that this interpretation of who's going to be what by Jacob really doesn't matter. Ellen?
I believe it matters, but I believe in Beshert as well as free will. I don't think it's either or.
Mm-hmm.
I think Beshert is what's meant to be for you, but you can make a choice that interrupts that Beshert and you can change your life course, and not for the better necessarily, most likely.
That's true.
So for example, people who commit suicide, I would hardly say that that was ever beshared.
Okay, but it says that the school teachers were from Simon. But what if my family came from Levi? So they would be the priest. Well, does that mean that I shouldn't be a teacher?
Now you're getting a little too deep for me.
That's fine. That's fine. And I just found out that my grandfather was a Levi. We
I'm a
didn't,
Levi. I'm a Levi.
we didn't know that until we saw a picture of his headstone. I knew my
Oh.
grandfather, but I didn't. It saw Levi on the end, and I went, "Look at that! I'm from." But it stopped with my mother because it came from my mother's side.
I still think each beshared for each individual is an individualized thing
Okay,
from soul to God.
okay.
And I'm not sure how
So maybe
that
that answers your question.
could be.
Hey, you know what? There's no answer.
Yeah, I'm not sure
Yeah.
how the
Whether you're-
Hebrews
whether
did
you're-
family-wise, but I guess when you were talking about it, kind of reminded me of my Muskogee or Native American, here in America, where they had different towns, and children would be sent to different towns to learn different things. Some of them went to the town to be a builder. Some went to the town to be to learn how to make clothing. Others went, it was very precise. It was almost like sending them to school, but it was a specialized. So, it could be, well, maybe it could be a rabbi or a priest or a builder, and maybe they sent you to someplace where you could learn. And maybe that child may decide later, it's not for me, May
I
go
don't have the aptitude for it.
right.
Okay.
That happens all the time at USF. I mean, people come and their parents really want to push them to become doctors, and they don't have the aptitude, and they say, no, I really want to be a
Or
teacher.
the interest or the,
Yeah, so they go on and do something else.
Okay. Marvin, did you want to say something?
I want to say that whether you're a Kohen, Levi, or a Israelite, that goes through your father.
I know,
Whether you're Jewish, goes through your mother.
but
right.
in
Figure.
reform, they're starting to accept the matrilineal line. Now, I checked on that since I found out that my grandfather was a Levite. And it turns out that I think it stops at my mother. She was a Levite, but it doesn't pass on to her children. So, but this is one of those things that is in constant change. And I think it's unfair that it should only pass through the father, because who is a Jew passes through the mother.
And neither one are particularly fair now that we have DNA.
Ellen, you took the words out of my mouth. And Toby, yes, may we all continue to keep learning.
So I think whether you're Jewish or not, if you have one Jewish grandparent is enough.
I think so.
That was enough for that.
I think one Jewish parent.
Yeah, what
I agree.
Yeah. Well, you know what? This is all interpretation.
that jerk hit
And-
was,
And I wish we could be doing the rabbinic responsa and make the decisions, but I don't think they'll listen to us. But you know what? What we're saying here is not we're not the only ones saying this. There are movements to do this. And by the way, Ellen Friedman, when I said there's no one answer, that's because I'm a teacher. So I've learned to be devil's advocate. Okay. People who don't know me, I was a teacher for 32 years and I still teach Hebrew school, and I taught history. So I always ask those questions, and then the kids would give me an answer and then I refute it and they would go, but how do you feel? I said, I don't know.
That's a typical Jew. We love to debate, right? We love to debate. That's how we come up with the correct answers eventually, or more
That's right.
informed answers by debating. So it's a
Oh.
very positive trait, Rabbi.
When I taught and there was presidential elections going on, I would give the best of every candidate and they never could figure out who I liked. And I said, that's the point. I want you to
That's the whole
think. I don't
point.
want you to mimic my answer. I want your answer. All right, let's go
I was-
back.
I was a sociology major in college, so when
Right.
I wrote a paper, we had to write both sides. We could not do it in a biased way. So we,
Yeah.
we were talking about different things. So I said, this is how this side is. This is how this side is. And that's how I grew up. I mean, I was always encouraged to ask questions, and I asked a question. They said, well, this is what these people say. This is what go make up your own mind, go do your own.
Try explaining that to 12-year-olds.
Yeah.
But I got him to do it. Okay, let's go back.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, if you can mute yourselves, everyone, it was great talking to you. But now let's listen to the prayers in our hearts and our minds as we have a few moments of silent reflection. Oh, say shalom bimrumav. Uyase shalom aleinu. Ve'akol Yisrael. V'imru. Imru. Amen. May the one who causes peace to reign in the high heavens, let peace descend on us in all Israel, and let us say Amen. And now we're going to get ready for our Mishabera prayer. So please type in the names of all those who need our healing thoughts and prayers. And I'm going to say Sid and Joyce, Katie and Luna, Chris, Robin, Elizabeth's daughter, Joel, Susie, Ronnie, Seal's daughter, Diane, Rabbi Allison's daughter, Miriam Bat Shulamit, Carrie's daughter, Bonnie, and Ron. Yeah, I'm just looking. Anna, Valerie, Erin, Maddie, Trey, Malcolm, Amy, Tamara, Joel, Mayo, Beth, and her father, Rabbi Galit, Albert, and all those who we pray for and our loving pets. Pastor Bob Martin, Megan Weiss, and Dave Osborne. Folks, I'm getting cataracts removed. I'm lucky I'm able to read all this. It's not you, it's me and my eyes. Okay, all those suffering physically and emotionally in the world, protesters in Iran, David with cancer, all suffering from PTSD, Dorothy, Mark, Marlene, Jerry, Jean, Mary, Sue, Jimmy and his father, Carol Pontius, Heidi Lute, Joy Wagner, Raymond and Amber, all Sim Shalomers who are in need of refuah shlema. Anyone else? Okay, let's go back. Misheberach avotenu mechol habracha limotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Ginny Bat Nina, Gina Bat Juana, Magdaleno Ben Bianca. Misheberach imotenu mechol habraha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen. Okay, let's get the technology going properly. Aleinu l'shabeach Adon hakol, latet gedula liotzer b'reshit, shelo asanu kikoye haratzot, v'lo samanu kimishpachot hadama, shelo sam helkenu kahem, v'goralenu kechol hamanam, v'anachnu korim, u'mishtachavim u'modim, lifnei melech, Malchei Hamlachim, Hakadosh Baruch Baruchu. V'ne'eman v'haya Adonai lemelech al ha'aretz bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shmo echad. We recall the loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died at the season in years past, and those whom we have taken into our hearts with our own. The memories of all of them are with us. Our griefs and sympathies are mingled as we praise Adonai and pray for the coming of his kingdom. And today is the 20-year yahrzeit of Josephine Velastro. Yitgadal v'yitgadal shemei rabbah, v'alma divrah hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, mechayechon uvchaye dechol beit Yisrael, bagalav azman kariv yiru amen. Yehesh me rabbah mevorach li'olam al mei al-maya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yibar v'yiraman v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal, shemei dekudashah b'richu. Le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechamata, Tamiram v'alma v'yiru amen. Yehesh lama rabbah min shemaya. V'chayim oleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'yiru amen. Oseh shalom v'yirumav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Oleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'yiru amen. And may all those who are in mourning be comforted by the one who comforts all. Well, be well, everybody. Be healthy. Dee, thank you for the prayers. My surgery's in February, so we'll be in touch. And of course, I remembered your mom. Be healthy.
Toda rabba, Rabbi.
Thank you for all being here, my very special peeps. Be
Thank
healthy.
you,
Be
Rabbi.
safe. Oh, you're welcome, Toby. We'll see you on Thursday. And again,
Yes.
just be healthy, be safe, have a good time this week. Have a
Shavua
Shavua
Tov.
Tov,
Shavua
everyone. And you know where to reach me. Take care. Bye-bye.
Yeah.